Hi my loves, and welcome to my channel Practically Veronique. I am so excited to be giving you a 10-minute makeup routine. If you are struggling to put makeup on because you have an early morning class or you just don't really care to wear makeup in general, this is the perfect routine for you. On top of that, if you're a beginner, this is a really good routine because there's not a lot that goes in it. It gives you a chance to explore different sides of makeup. So I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing we're going to start with is a primer. You should always prime your face no matter how fast you're trying to go in a makeup routine, because it helps make sure that all of the makeup will stay in place, it goes smoothly on your skin, and for someone like me, I have ways of controlling the oil on my skin. So the first thing we're going to do is take the Pore Professional Primer from Benefits. We are going to go ahead and put it on your nose. I do the T-zone, everywhere that I end up getting oily the most and where I have a lot of pores. The next step you're going to take is you're going to use the Laura Geller Under Makeup Primer. Alright, to help with the oil control, I have chosen to use the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. Most of the time you use this, after you put the makeup on, but I have learned that putting it on before does help keep your makeup in place, and it just helps with the oils on your skin. And I have not broken out with it. I need to make that clear. I do have sensitive skin and I've never had an issue with it personally. But as a disclaimer, everyone does have a different skin type and you have to find out what works the best for you. Okay, so after we do that, we are going to go ahead and do the eyes. So I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. And instead of using a primer this time, because I am in a rush, I've chosen to use the foundation as a primer. So you're just gonna add 2 little dots to your eyelids. Take your favorite beauty blender and start blending it all in. Okay, now you're gonna take your favorite eyeshadow and we're just gonna do one single shade instead of multiple like what I normally do, because I still want some type of shimmer color on my eyelids so that my eyes pop. So I am taking one of my new favorite eyeshadow palettes by ColourPop, and it is called Quartz. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, I love that. So the color is actually going to be right here, and it's called Mind Games. It is a light, very light champagne color that's got some shimmer to it. Now, if you do have the time, I do suggest that you use an eyeliner, especially a gel eyeliner, because it's easier to apply and easy to clean in case you have smudges on the side. But for this routine, I'm actually going to skip it, because when I was getting ready for class, I normally did not have the time, specifically in early morning class. I did not have the time to just sit there and deal with eyeliner. So now I'm going to go ahead and use mascara though, and you can use one of the eyelash pinchers, as I call them, but if not, you don't have to. It may just be faster for you not to, but I normally did. So make sure you take a few minutes and just separate your lashes. It helps the mascara not to clump up. I'm also going to take my favorite mascara, which is by Ilia. This is such a great brand. If you have very sensitive eyes, they are considered a clean makeup brand. And I honestly find that I get the proper volume and length that I'm looking for when using this mascara. there's the mascara. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the face. Back in with the foundation, and we're going to add little dots. And the brush that I'm using is actually from Real Techniques. It is 241. I really like the way the brush lays. It helps the foundation just go so smooth on your face. It's so great. Alright, sometimes I like to add a little bit more foundation to my nose and the surrounding cheek area, just because that's usually where I end up losing my makeup the most throughout the day. And make sure you go ahead and take your beauty blender and go back over what you've done with the brush. It just helps make sure that there are no patches left over. Right. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and move on to a powder. I use the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and the reason I choose to do this is to make sure that nothing is creasing or ends up creasing underneath my eye. Now it's time for some blush and bronzer. I am actually using my new favorite stick. It's a stick blush. So I'm going to apply this to my cheeks. The reason why I love this brand, and it is called the Milk Makeup brand, is just because it is meant for those that have sensitive skin. The coloring is fantastic. So just use your fingers and just blend it out. Now let's add some bronzer. And the reason I add bronzer is because, like you will hear in my future videos, I am extremely pale. I love my skin color, but sometimes you just need that extra bronzy look. So I'm taking one of my favorite brushes. This is actually from Box Lunch. This came with their Stitch makeup holder, and there's really no number for it, and it's actually a really amazing brush. It does such a good job. So right underneath your cheekbone, you're going to just apply and brush the product upwards. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and add bronzer underneath my chin, on my forehead, and on my nose. At this point, we're going to go back to the Airspun powder and just go over everything. Okay, so one of the main reasons why I use the powder again all over my face is just because it helps blend in the bronzer and the blush. Now we're going to take the setting spray and do a final spritz. Or spritz, I should say, not just one, it's spritz. Now the final two pieces is going to be lips and then eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I actually use three things. One of them is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel, and it's in a medium brown. I also am going to use the Brow Wiz medium brown pencil. And then to finish it off, we are going to be using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I also want to mention, don't put the gel all the way to the tip, because it makes it look too dark. Now we're going to take the pencil, and what I do is that I actually just trace my eyebrows to shape them a little bit more. your Brow Wiz brush, you should have a spoolie on the end of it, and now you're just gonna brush all of your products through and make sure there's no lines and everything just looks blended. Then you apply brow gel. Now for lips, we are going to use the brand Ilia. I really like their Balmy Gloss, which is actually a tinted lip oil, and it is in the color Only You. And there you go. That is my 10-minute makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and never forget that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, so stand out and shine bright because you were born unique. Bye, my love. You're keeping me waiting.